Hello all, this is Frank with Mega Prima Home Products. We're going to go over the Your Zone Kids Bin Storage and Bookcase assembly today. What we'll do first is count out all of our boards and our hardware to be sure everything is here, and be sure that there is no damage to the boards themselves. If there is, we have a 1-800 number located on the bottom of the sheets that you can call, and we will be sure to get you taken care of. If all of your parts and hardware are here, we can begin assembly. Okay, we're going to begin with step 1, where you will need 14 of your wooden dowels. They are the number 3 part. We're going to place the 14 wooden dowels in the edge of the boards, in the inner holes of the board, not in the outer. That's where the cam locks and cam bolts go. This is being done in the A board, the D board, the H board, and the I board. Okay, we will continue with step 2, placing the dowels in the ends of the boards as we did in step 1. This is going to be for boards B1, C, and 2G boards. Sometimes the dowels are a little snug, so we give them a light tap until there is a slight resistance. Okay, we will now continue with step 3. That will be with the E1 board and the F1 board. You will need 16 of the cam bolts. Your cam bolt holes will be located on the outer edges on the top of the boards here, your inner edge in the middle of the board, and your outer edge of these holes, and then outer edges of these dowel holes. You will screw them down until this bottom ring is flush. This little ring here right above your threading. Okay, we're going to move on to step 4, where we will take our A top panel and our F1 right side panel and connect them at the top, where your cam bolts will slide into the holes on the outside and your dowels will meet on the inside. Once connected, we will then take the cam lock. You'll know the cam lock has a negative and a plus. If you look at the front of it, you'll want to make sure that the minus and the plus are facing the side panel or the outer hole of the board. This way, when we turn it, it will lock into place. Simply push them in the hole, make sure they're all the way down, and turn clockwise until you gain a little bit of resistance. You will know then it's locked into place. Okay, going to step 5, we will now take the B1 middle shelf panel and connect it to the right side panel F1, where your dowels fit in the outer 2 holes and the cam bolt goes into the middle. We will then take the cam lock, place it in with the plus and the minus facing the outside of the board. We will then take our flathead screwdriver and turn it 180 degrees until you gain X amount of resistance. It will then be locked into place. We will now move to step 6, where we will take the middle shelf C panel and connect it to the right side F1. We need to be sure that the 4 holes in the middle are facing down. This one just slides in with the dowels. Okay, we will now move to step 7, where we will take the G partition board and place it into the C board. We want to make note that we want all unfinished edges facing down to your carpet. You just place the board with the dowels into the dowel holes. We will now move to step 8, where we will take the I board and the D board and connect the dowels. Okay, we'll now move on to step 9, where we'll take the bottom D panel and connect it to the right F1 panel. We will need 2 of your cam locks and 4 of your number 4 screws. We'll simply put it up flush with the bottom and push it into place over the cam bolts, allowing the wood dowels to slide into place. We will then place the wood screws through the bottom D into the G partition boards. And we will use a Phillips head screwdriver to drive those in. Making sure to hold the C middle board if there's any resistance. Once those are fastened, we will then place the cam lock into the holes with the plus and minus facing the outside of the board. We want to be sure these are placed all the way down in the hole. Okay, for step 10, we will simply take the H panel and slide it in to the F1, making sure that your raw edge is facing down. We'll now move to step 11, where we'll take the E1 left side panel and fasten it to the structure. You will simply align the cam bolts into the holes, and you may need to move a board here or there just to kind of get it to all line up. Once it's lined up, give it just a simple little tap until you have it into place. Once you have everything flush, you will then take 5 of your cam locks and place those in to each open cam lock hole, being sure that the negative and the positive marks are facing towards the outside of the board. Also being sure you're pushing the cam lock all the way until it stops in the board. Once they're in, take your flathead and turn 180 degrees until you feel the resistance. You don't want to go too far or it will make the cam lock faulty. Okay, for step 12, you will flip the unit over to the opposing side. Very careful. Use another person if needed. Once you have it flipped over, you will then take your cam locks and place them into your H and your I kick panels. Being sure that your plus and your negative are facing the outsides of the board. You will then use your flathead screwdriver and turn them 180 degrees until they are tightened. For step 13, we will unfold our J back panel and place it on the back. We're going to want to make sure our holes align with your cross boards going across. You'll want to align the back panel with the top of the unit. Down here, this will be the top of the unit. You'll want it square with the edges. Once you have it square and have checked all sides to be sure there's no overhang, you'll then utilize the nail tool that we have supplied. You simply take the nail and place the sharp end down into the edge of the piece. Place it on the edge of your board here and tap it. Once tapped, you can then drive it in. After doing so, you still want to check that you are flush on all corners. And then drive your second nail in. Another call out is this backboard is critical for the unit to be secured. Without the backing, the unit will become faulty. With the pre-drilled holes, you will then drive in your nails, either with the nail holder or without. Your unit is now complete. Please feel free to leave us a review on the Walmart.com page. Thank you.